In this video I'm going to talk about how you can either complete a list of numbers or create your own list of numbers which have a particular mean. So mean is a type of average, and we're going to start off with question A here, which says 4, 2, 3, and then it has a space, and we have to fill in the missing number so that the mean is 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a trial and error method for the first one. So we have the numbers 4, 2, 3, and there's going to be a space. Let's try what would happen if that number was a 1. So to calculate the mean, you need to add your numbers up, and you will get 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Once you've added your numbers up, you then need to divide by how many numbers there were, which is 4, and you get a mean of 2.5. So that's clearly wrong. Remember, the question said fill in the missing number so that the mean is 4. Let's try 2. If I chose the final missing number to be 2, I'd get a total of 11, and 11 divided by 4 is going to be, what's that, 5.5, 2.75. Again, it's wrong. So 1 didn't work and 2 didn't work. Let's try 3. Whoops, didn't write that correctly. So we've got 4 plus 2 is 6, plus another 6 there is 12, and 12 divided by 4 gives us a mean of 3. So clearly that was also the wrong choice. Remember, I've got to keep the 4, the 2 and the 3 the same, and I've got to fill in the missing number so that the mean is 4. I haven't found that correct missing number yet. It wasn't 1, it wasn't 2, and it wasn't 3. They all gave us the incorrect mean. So let's have a think about how I can search this a little bit more sensibly. I know I've got 4 plus 2 plus 3, and I have a missing number. And I know when I get my total, I'm going to have to divide it by 4, and I know that I want the answer and the mean to equal 4. So the question is, can I find a total here, which is going to divide by 4 to make 4? Well, using your knowledge of your times tables, you should know that it's 16 divided by 4 which will make the correct mean. So that means I need a total of 16, and therefore I can probably work backwards now. 4 and 2 is 6, and 3 is 9. If I put a 7 in there, let's just check that. I think the missing number is going to be a 7, but let's just check that. 4 and 2 add 3 add 7 makes, well, that's 10, that's 16, and then I divide by how many there were, divide by the number of numbers in your list to get a mean of 4. So the correct answer in this case was 7. Let's go back to the question. It said fill in the missing number so that the mean is 4. It needs to be a 7. And the key thing there is that the total has to be 16, so that when you divide it by 4, remember, dividing by how many numbers there are, you get the correct answer. You were aiming for 4. We got an answer of 4, so 7 was the correct missing number. Let's try this part B using a similar method. We've got this time 5 numbers, one of which is missing. So I need some sort of total which, when I divide by 5, makes the correct amount. Remember, I'm aiming for the mean to be 10. So I want a number, I want my total divided by 5 to make 10. Think about your times tables. What number divided by 5 makes 10? It's 50. So that means that I need the total of these numbers to equal 50. Let's look at what we have already. 12 and 10 is 22, and 8 is 30, add 6 is 36. I need 14. Just check, do they add up to make 50? Yes, they do. When I divide it by the number of items in the list, which is 5, do I get my correct mean? Yes. Okay, let's look at question C, which is a little bit more different. That's not very good English. It says, write a list of 6 numbers with a mean of 5. All the numbers must be different. Okay, so I need to fill in 6 numbers. Let's put spaces for them. And they must have a mean of 5. So again, it's the same sort of technique. I've got 6 numbers here. I don't know any of them this time. I know that when I divide the total by 6, I've got to make a mean of 5. So the question is, what total do I need? And again, it's using your times tables. What divided by 6 makes 5? The answer is 30. So now I need to choose 6 different numbers which will total up to 30. A good way to start this is perhaps just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then figure out the last one. So we have 1 and 2 is 3, and 3 is 6, and 4 is 10, and 5 is 15. Remember, I wanted a total of 30, so my last number is 15. Let's just check that, add them up, it makes 30, divide it by 6, the answer is 5. So have I answered the question? Have I written a list of 6 numbers with a mean of 5? I think I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Add them up, divide by 6. The answer is 5. So that's correct.